Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome to my segment of this year's Dovetail Games March Madness. Taking a look at the Portsmouth Direct Line, a run from London Waterloo to Portsmouth Harbour on a local service 2 Foxtrot 88 from Woking to London Waterloo. There's no one stars in this game, so we'll do the introduction, we'll enter the train, and then start preparing our service for departure. So, good morning driver, it's a misty one this morning. We're taking charge of Class 450 on an early morning passenger service from Woking to London Waterloo, making several scheduled stops along the way. Please have passengers aboard here before departing. So we'll prepare our train up, set everything to get going, and hopefully shortly we'll be ready to go. So first things first, Marty comes on, set the train into neutral, give the alarms. At this point we set the GSM radio or signaling that kind of stuff in train systems, but without any of that to get going with, we'll set the train into forward, open the door, and ourselves for departure. Quite a busy run this, and I've got a lot of AI services spot as well on the way. The majority of them 450, as it goes to London, potentially to others to enjoy as well. As for the run today, so this is vanilla Dovetail Games, Class 450 and routes. We are making use of the ThirdRails Map, which is the little map you see on the right hand side there, the HUD at the top right, and also the GSM radio, which for us today, we're doing announcements.
This is the 7:32 Woking to London Waterloo service.
Very good little tour.
Calling at West
I
Bifflate.
recommend it for those who use the
Weybridge. Walton on Thames.
Flying.
Hersham.
Today driving from
Esher.
Woking to West
Surbiton.
Woking to Waterloo,
Clapham Junction.
Weybridge,
Vauxhall.
Walton on Thames,
And final
Hersham,
destination
Esher,
London
Surbiton,
Waterloo.
Junction, Vauxhall and London Waterloo, which terminates. About 45 minutes driving today. 33 passing out, so we are good to depart. Set the throttle into notch 1. Clear the SD, since that's just going to beep at us. Normally pressing Q would reset the train, but it doesn't on this occasion. It's separate. Yeah, we'll kill the SD. We making sure we're using AWS from now on today. So again, low visibility with the fog. I was going to want to taxi myself if possible. Going through also
Next stop, West Bifflate.
Yeah, it uses text-to-speech for the announcement, so probably not always the best pronunciation throughout. But apart from that, it's a very handy little tool that I do really like it. Of course, as well, linking to the ThirdRails Map, let's get to track other drivers as well. In the cities right now, there's 3 drivers active, there's 4 drivers active, sorry. Myself, a couple that don't use the overlays and all that kind of stuff, but my train out in South London, I'm currently doing a service up in Scotland at Glasgow. Actually, big cap pass over this. No throw through track applied. Big cap pass over then. One over in Germany. And just one elsewhere. There you go. The coastline, the Shinkansen. So yeah, it's a fun little tour there. So I do really like the map. Do recommend it if you want to spice up your trains a little bit with announcements and tracking stuff. Anyways, for those who want to fly some stuff, it's like Valanta, but for train sim. Yes, so, Portsmouth Direct Line. This route originally released in 2018. Original route released in 2012. I believe it was one of the very first routes that was ever built by Dovetail when they took hold of the old rail sim with the rail works. And then in 2018 modernised it. And I remember when it first got announced, the hype that was around this line being redone, because it's a popular run here, Portsmouth Direct. One of the busiest as well in terms of train numbers, especially as you get towards Graphene Junction, which is the most departures in an hour station in the UK. So it's a very popular route. This is of course using the older South West Trains branding because South Western didn't exist yet in 2018. But overall, should be able to see one of those Class 450 modern train built in 2003, the Desira series. Siemens units built in Germany. And we do the majority of both the local and the long distance runs. Start with the brakes, that's the first station.
This is the 7:32 Woking to London Waterloo service. Calling at West Bifflate. Weybridge. Walton on Thames. Hersham. Esher. Surbiton. Clapham Junction. Vauxhall, and
pronunciation
final
there.
destination London Waterloo.
It is a lot of fun, this. I do really like it.
Approaching West Byfleet.
So now approaching West Byfleet. Start applying the brakes now and prepare ourselves for our first stop. So as you can see, in terms of the station designs, 2018 was when really Dovetail Games started picking up on the route building, in my opinion. Before then, it was a case of, here's like a generic UK building pack, let's build train routes using that. Since then, they've been a lot more kind of, okay, we've got the basis to the sim now going, how far can we take it? Can we improve from there? So, I say 2018 for me is kind of when Dovetail Games really stepped up a notch with the route, but I'm sure I turned the headlights on. Yeah, they should be set to daylight. Let me just reset them slightly. There, that's much better now, much brighter. Yeah, so 2018 for me when Dovetail Games really started picking up on the route building for the visual aspects, and it does look really good. And even the Class 450 as well. I mean, the external model does look really good. And even the cab, fair enough, may not be quite Armstrong Powerhouse in terms of functionality, but lighting, the modelling, detail does look rather good. This, so I can't fault it. I can't fault it. Dovetail done a very grand job with the more newer, the more recent routes. We've got a pin down all the stops throughout during these routes. See on the right hand side, they can see like there's just a little pin there, West Byfleet, just a marker to remind myself where I've stopped, where I'm going to, because of course.
Next stop, Weybridge.
The guard there announced it all for us. 90 miles per hour. Let's get some speed into this train. So service day 24888 calling at Woking, West Byfleet, Weybridge, Walton on Thames, Hersham, Horsham south east, southwest is Hersham, Esher, Surbiton, Graphene Junction, Vauxhall, and London Waterloo, which train terminates. It's about a 45-minute or so journey today ahead of us. So about 3 or 4 minutes until we need to stop at Weybridge. Passing through Byfleet to Newport, station will not be stopping at. The station only receives like an hour's service. I believe actually the more modern, so they changed the timetable a little while ago, South trains, or Southwestern now. I believe 24888 does actually stop there now, but previously, no, it's the alternative service on the hour that needs to stop here. Start lines are braking, and stop at Weybridge. So noted there's sort of mixed liveries as well. The 450s on the line. So you've got the more modern Southwest, got the kind of the original red Southwest trains. Just a bit of variety the trains that you're looking at in your service. So that's now approaching.
This is the 737 Woking to London Waterloo service, calling at Weybridge, Walton on Thames, Hersham, Esher, Surbiton, Clapham Junction, Vauxhall, and final destination London Waterloo. Now, approaching Weybridge.
Can't brake a little bit. I mean, we're on tight at the moment. Things so slow. No car set today, so go right to the end of the platform. That'll do.
Currently boarding at Weybridge.
So yeah, like I say, in terms of the visual appeal, a lot of these newer Dovetail routes do look a whole lot better than their predecessors. And compare this to the original Portsmouth Direct as well. It's a whole world away towards that used to look like. You've got two trains here at the moment. You've got our service towards London, and you have the return service back to Woking. Also on the other platform 3, we're on platform 2, on train platform 3. Very shortly, doors are expected to close. To the map. Next parts. Next station, Walton Thames. You can hear from the buzzer there. Sorry, that's not the guard buzz up. Those are the horns. How's the keyboard command for the guard buzzer then? Completely forgotten that now. But yeah, you heard from the buzzer there. We have got a guard on board the service today.
Next stop, Walton on Thames.
So Walton Thames, got ourselves another 4 minutes of driving, so we try the next station. For the most part, line speed will stick to around 90 miles per hour until we get towards Clapham, things will then reduce down to 60 and then through to 40 on the approach into Waterloo. Compared to 450, the braking's pretty good on this train, pretty solid, so probably get away with slightly later braking as well. The approaching stations. Yeah, 415 is the Desire Roads. These are the successors to the Electra Stars, albeit kind of built at the same time alongside them. The Electra Stars built by Bombardier, and then the Desire Roads built by Siemens. They're all based on the original network of Shell, so the class 4. Well, these would be based on the class 465, 466s, and then Rail. But yeah, after British Rail sold all the plans to these trains, I realised we're going way too fast in the station now. So British Rail built the Networkers as kind of the successors to a lot of the regional trains in the UK.
This is the 742 Woking to London Waterloo service.
These came Networkers,
calling at Walton
during the selling of all the British Rail plans, Bombardier and Siemens picked up the pretty much all documentation for the old Networkers and used those to form the basis of the trains that we know today.
And final destination,
yeah, they are different classes,
London Waterloo.
the Stars and Electra Stars, but they're built alongside.
Approaching
quite a lot of similar design. It's kind of how it's all put together. Yeah, we're way too late on the braking there.
Currently boarding at Walton on Thames.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Seating, so you got the 2 seats on the left, got 3 seats on the right. Just the way we switch between the two. Got the accessible bit in front of us, the large toilets. On that pretty same design. Walton Thames, you can see there's the former fast platforms in the middle. These are long abandoned. You'll see that a common feature as well. A lot of these lines where they go do not alight here. So some of the bigger, I guess, towns and cities on the lines used to have fast stops as well, but express trains are express through. In this case, probably change after either Woking or Graphene Junction, change for a faster train. So we leave here at 46, so another 20 seconds to go. You can tell this times because the red loading gauge at the bottom left there, that changes depending on the actual departure time of your train. And so, yes, the busier the station, the more progression it takes for the train to board and disembark, and therefore longer you're waiting at different stations. Also, if I forget, Walton on Thames, add that to the map. I like that little ThirdRails Map point of interest there. Also, forwarding type message, so if, in fact I'll show it on screen as well while we're still boarding, so if you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it. What we can do, press enter, or of course, sound the bell.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
Yeah, so you can do what you want with that. I like it. I mean, I only recently discovered the GSM radio for a friend of mine who basically was just playing around with it, like, ooh, what does this button do? Oh look, it does announcements. Because this feature's been around for a little while, but I've only recently just discovered it, so yeah, I think it's grand. Yeah, you can do custom announcements, speak to passengers. Using the map tool, of course, you can communicate with other drivers as well. It's a very, very good little tour, this.
Next stop, Hersham.
Of course, being a railway pass myself, working dispatch and customer service and gate line and on board, all these announcements are in the back of my mind. You ever seen it at a train station, and the announcements are made, usually I'm just there mimicking it myself as well. Right, now approaching Hersham.
This is the 746 Woking to London Waterloo service, calling at Hersham, Esher, Surbiton, Clapham Junction, Vauxhall, and final destination London Waterloo. Now, approaching Hersham.
Continue right to the 8-car stop markup. To the map and announce.
Currently boarding at Hersham.
And the closer we get to London, the more built up these stations do start to become. So, next station, Esher, don't think there'd be too much there. Surbiton, definitely quite built up. Clapham Junction, of course, busiest station in the UK for train numbers. And then Vauxhall and Waterloo. Both their own kind of terminal junctions as well, so a lot coming up for the arrival. And hopefully as well, when we get to Waterloo, I'll have a look around side the area as well, so kind of what's included, and more importantly, is Waterloo East included as well, because Waterloo East is a funny one. Waterloo East is served by South East trains out of, South Eastern, out of, never remember if it's not Cannon Street, it's Charing Cross. They're both essentially the same station, but they have what they're in. Well, they're both different stations. They've got their own identification codes. They've got their own separate platforms. So Waterloo uses numbers. Waterloo uses letters, kind of differentiate between the two.
Next stop.
But connected by a footbridge and essentially kind of follow each other's timetable. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how if that's been included or not. It'll be interesting to see. And of course, that goes to South Eastern, then they go through to London Bridge, and then London Bridge into all the lines they go and serve as well, such as Horsham, out of Hersham. I wonder if anyone's ever done that, Hersham to Horsham. My next station is Esher. Hopefully the audio's not too bad as well. I did notice that at the very start my volumes were a little bit off. I have adjusted that now. Fingers crossed, it's a little more I'll define myself in the sim. It's about 45 minutes driving to this route. It's not a particularly long scenario, but a fun one nonetheless.
This is the 749 Woking to London Waterloo service, calling at Esher, Surbiton, Clapham Junction, Vauxhall, and final destination London Waterloo. Now, approaching Esher.
I just realised I hit the emergency brakes there, so the trains aren't going to. Well, the train's going to come to a halt now regardless. I need to adjust our position on the platform slightly to arrive. Again, Esher, another station which used to have a express platform in the middle, but long as it's closed, no longer served. Although the under tunnel is still very much invisible. I used to enter and cross. That tells towards the correct position on the platform. A little bit shallow there. We're doing alright for time at the moment. We've got 51 past, 52, so not particularly behind service. Within a few seconds, I think, at this point. Within a few seconds from our timing.
Currently boarding at Esher.
And Esher's map. Yeah, so you can see where the former underpass used to be. My guess, back when the entrance used to be underneath the road bridge here. Nowadays, separate entry, which is over here, alongside the car park. Now using a footbridge to cross between platforms, so station at fair enough has had quite a bit of upgrades in the last couple of years. Don't know if the entry way is still quite open at the end of platforms, but certainly see the difference between the bit that's maintained and then the bit that's kind of left to rot away. And that can be my guess. Former station house as well. Kind of alongside the railway line, easy access to all platforms. Presume so. Right, doors closed. Next station is Surbiton.
Next stop, Surbiton.
You can see there one of the older units. I never remember the class number of these ones. These are. I never remember. I was trying to remember the front. There is a number on the front. Yeah, that doesn't help me at all. I'm on a top number on that. That is a. It's annoying me now if I can't find it. It's like been ridden one in real life as well. Give me 2 seconds. Southwest trains. I'm sure it's like a 4, not a 458. It's a 455. Sorry, yeah, 458 to the Junipers. It's a 455. I knew it was a 45 something. There you go. Yeah, the 458s run. Sorry, the 455s run more of the. Well, they don't really run the local routes. They never really leave the 5 areas. So the more modern units run out towards the down to Portsmouth and elsewhere. The older units stay within the regions of London. What will be interesting to see, will we spot any 707s on this one as well. 707s, that's South West Trains Ports. Then they cancelled leasing for because it was cheaper to use the newer units instead. The I can't find it now. Surbiton. Yeah, they bought the 707s. Then they cancelled the leases because it's cheaper to lease the new units. I never remember the number for those as well. The drivers aren't too keen on. And then they realised that the 707s was actually pretty good trains, and actually keep some of them as well. So Southeastern want all the 707s. Southwest Trains is trying to hold lease now for what they've got left, and transferred that. Maybe a bit delayed to what Southeastern want, but that's the way it goes, I'm afraid, with the railways.
This is the 753 Woking to London Waterloo service.
You can tell we're approaching London because all of a sudden the station's getting
Junction,
a whole lot bigger, a whole lot built up.
Vauxhall, and final destination London Waterloo. Now, approaching Surbiton.
So with the current timetable, 2 Foxtrot 88 doesn't actually stop anywhere else, and now goes from Surbiton fast to Waterloo. But given that we're following the South West Trains timetable, go back to 2018, This train will make additional stops at Graphene Junction and Vauxhall before approaching Waterloo. Yeah, timetable's gone through a fair number of changes over the years. We are about 30 seconds behind schedule now, so we are starting to
Currently
slowly
boarding
lose our
at
grip on time.
Surbiton.
Hoping at Surbiton there's an extra, it's like a 2-minute stop here we've got to make, so a bit of to explore the scenery of course, but to get the doors closed a bit quicker, we'll be able to get those going as well. Just note the advert, sorry, treble cheeseburger for 99p. That, I imagine, is McDonald's promotional, because that is a very McDonald's-y, well, apart from no sesame seed on the bun. You alright there? Oh, maybe it was just that. Fair enough. I don't know what I'm saying now. Apart from, I don't know what call signs would he use to Surbiton to, get a platform member of staff to just check on that guy. Alright, wait for the train to finish boarding, and then we'll get ourselves going to Graphene Junction. Doors closed. We depart at 57. Oh, tell a lie. Go via Graphene Junction. Do not stop then, sorry. I may have got that a bit wrong then. Go via Graphene Junction and Waterloo. Okay, so, next station is Waterloo now. So, tell a lie. We're not stopping. We are actually going fast, so I'll need to skip now. And announce next station as...
Next stop, London Waterloo.
So yeah, fair enough. My mistake there. We'll stop a service, just not stopping at the two busy stations on this bit of the track. Fair enough. Misread the introduction. I thought it was a stopper to Graphene and Vauxhall. Obviously not. It's go via location. So it means for this next bit of track, both the signalling and speed limits will pay a lot of key in for our journey now. Look at the signal. I believe that's a yellow asset coming up now as well in the distance, or is that just kind of... Sorry, yeah, so it's green assets for us. Let's turn on this line on the right hand side, which is going to stand for a yellow. So next station, Waterloo, get there at 8:15. We've got about 15 minutes or so of non-stop driving now. Crossing through Berrylands. West, dual yellow. Down to 60 miles per hour. Can I try and delete the so changing junction right side now. Let's go to the time section and delete the two incorrect stations for this. Save that, close that, and resume. And then reload to Workshop 88, resume. Timetable's here to stay. It's not the biggest problem, not the end of the world. Just got to change the timetable when required. Right, so changing over to the express lines now, so we are going to run fast. This confirms it for us. Definitely stopping at these platforms that need more than that for sure. The mirrors still very much in place, my guess, for the days when this used to be fast express operated only by driver. Because the majority of South West trains use guards on their trains. Some of the express trains, certainly 15-20 years ago, we were driver only. It really depends on what run you get on South West. Last time I used them was to get to Southampton Parkway from Waterloo. And that was then fly down to the Channel Islands with Varini. Good trip that. I really enjoyed it on the Albany Railway. Driven so far 15 miles. It's on the map, that's just how far we've travelled. Now, pretty much in central London itself. The throttle at 75. It's pretty much a straight level bit of track the rest of the way, so never have too much in the way of so actually slow down. Just past the Rain Park, by the way, and the Wimbledon line. Pretty sure we'll then merge onto our right hand side. Just what we'll chase on the UI map, just on our right. Passing through Wimbledon. One of the bits I do quite like is the with the tram tracks as well. So back in the days of, I never remember the name of this line, but this converted into a tram instead. So now run by the Croydon Tram Link here in the south of London. It used to be a railway line that connected Wimbledon to East Croydon. That was a couple of years ago. And left was terminating service at Wimbledon. Despite the fact that they do get with the UK Railway Railway Workers Pass, PRIV, actually get free travel on a tram link. And I've never used it. I've never ever been on London trams. I might do one day. I don't know. I must admit. I don't really have too many reasons to visit this part of London. I've been through, of course, a couple of times. I did with my old company work in Wimbledon once. So I've been outside of Wimbledon Station. I've never actually seen trams either as well. I've never, yeah. When it comes to the trams in London, I've never really associated much with it. I've never really seen them. I've never ridden on it. Maybe one day. We'll see. Time will tell. Approaching Earlsfield. London left through Wimbledon Park. I believe that's going towards Victoria, so Wimbledon Park, Southfields and so forth. See that it's dropped down to 75 now, so we've got a little careful speeds there. So at the bottom, dropping down to 40 as we approach Graphene Junction. So we'll get an AWS to alert us very shortly to slow down train. There we go. Choose the 40. That's up behind the brakes. Approaching Clapham Junction, passing through platform 8. Clapham Junction. Go to that towards the platform itself. we'll do is prepare announcements for our final stop. Cool, so we approach Waterloo. Have ourselves a special, basically, this train terminates here message to go with the stopping. So you up speaks to 60 now. We'll need to turn down again as we approach Victoria. Vauxhall, sorry, so approach down when we approach Vauxhall. Not Victoria, Victoria's a different line at this point. So it's still the southern trains on the left hand side. Those are all the Victoria services. Which I believe actually, yeah, this route also not featured in, or at least this stretch of track featured in the Train Sim World Brighton Main Line as well. Victoria to London. Remember, there's a big fuss about if you get to Victoria, so if you get to Graphene Junction by a particular time, there is one AI HSC service that just runs through the station because it's on a day where, what was it, Great Western, Paddington Station is closed, and therefore trains have to run, or some services have to run fast from Reading to Waterloo via Graphene Junction. So yeah, if you have the Brighton Main Line London commuter service, so Brighton to London Victoria, Train Sim World, and have Great Western Express, I can't remember the time, so someone in chat will be able to star us the time, but if you stand at Graphene Junction at a particular time, then you spots Class 43 HSC service run through route fast. We're down to 55 now as we approach Vauxhall. It's platform 15 that we'll also be terminating at. I've actually changed the Vauxhall once, a couple of years ago. Go on to the Victoria line. Oops, 40 now, so it's going to change a little bit. It's too late. It's going to cost you points now, it's going to cost me points. Where's the AWS when you warn me? So for the most part, we'll be training the train on left there into the station. There you go. Right, still yellow aspects. Still yellow. So we're going to come to a halt then just before we approach the station. Or is that a repeater? Just tell me that the icon aspect is yellow. So it is red. So yes, best we stop our train for this one, I think. You're on the left there, D-Spad. I'm sorry, hang on a minute. Yeah, the Spad was really... Okay, he is just very, very close to there. I'm sorry, driver dude. You're going to have a very difficult time checking that signal. I think you can just about see it, I guess. We can go to your point of view. Yeah, you'd have to lean forward for that, I think. Me, however, I'm a million miles away from it, so we move ourselves a little bit closer to the signal. The time's now 8:11. It's supposed to arrive at 8:15, so hopefully it won't take you for too long. See, there's trains leaving ahead of us, just departing. So my guess is just a case of waiting for the line to clear, or we both get our permission to access the station. do. So yeah, in fact, 3 trains also on the way out. Yeah, it's likely those 3 we need to wait for until we get our line clearance. A speedy set of junction there, I must say. There we go. Green aspect, we're good to go. And they should also get one very soon as well. Very soon. Down to 50 miles per hour. Nice and steady. On the left, it's got the former Eurostar platforms. I believe 2018. They've already left Waterloo, Eurostar, but they've already left Waterloo. Platforms not yet in service with the. Yeah, so the lines themselves are connected. The platform infrastructure, if you go to the very end, that's all. Actually, I could be wrong. Yeah, it used to be the old booking hall down below. Now it's just an actual plaza. No, I could be wrong. At this point, they have just kind of opened up.
We are now approaching London Waterloo, where this train terminates. Please remember all your belongings when leaving the train. We thank you for riding with Southwest Trains. All change please. This train terminates here.
So nice and slowly. Apply the brakes. There we have it. Oh god, if I work in circles, got a nightmare that last time that happened.
Currently boarding at London Waterloo. Not in service. Not in service.
So yeah, we use ThirdRails Map just to announce the train's no longer in service. In my case, we can turn off the headlights. That's to be marker only. Train into service, and just switch to the off position. Master controller, sorry, direction, the reverser and off, master key off, and train cab is shuts down. And that is the end of this service. So Waterloo East. If we kind of go to the upper level, there should be a good entryway somewhere. It's not modelled, then go outside. There's a track, and oh no, Waterloo sadly does not exist. It's just an empty viaduct where Southeastern once existed. Doesn't quite get to the Shard anymore. It's an old abandoned railway, that. One day, to one part of the DLR then. That's the case with the old archway, but what can you say? It's a very well put together station now, Waterloo. Again, 2018 is put together. Yeah, not a bad amount of detail. Got your concourses up and lower. Got your departure boards spaced out to all the platforms. Definitely Waterloo. There you go. Dorking, Strawberry Hill, Guildford, Teddington, Weymouth, and Hampton Court. So definitely your Waterloo Southwest train departures. Yeah, it's not a bad little service. There you have it. Sorry, complete. Let's see how we did, shall we? Well, that loads. Pop over to ThirdRails Map. Let's also give this an end as well. So, passenger service. This was the Portsmouth Direct Line. Scenario. It's kind of behind this here, but it's hang on. Okay, that's fine. So it's Woking to Waterloo, Country United Kingdom, and then add that as well. ThirdRails whistle board, just like that. It really gets published. Will be a map. Want to enjoy? Timetable, did it correct itself? The answer is no. Fair enough. You're using the incorrect passing through there. But I do like it. ThirdRails, a little tour there as your routes all drawn up and complete. So. Now 2 Foxtrot 0732 working to London Waterloo. Class 450, fun little drain, and the line itself very well put together as well. So this is 2018, like I say, that's against Portsmouth Direct, based on the original Portsmouth Direct, but massively upgraded to bring it up to modern scratch, and it is a very fun line scenario to put your time into. So yeah, I guess that really brings us to the end of our little segment in this year's March Madness. For those who want to see more, then of course check me out on YouTube and Twitch. I am Drawyah. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. Do like it, subscribe, and yeah, hope to see you guys on my end soon. And for the rest of you guys, enjoy the rest of your March Madness. Take care, have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.